I'll be the first to admit I was in denial before, but it's true that social connection is just as fundamental for activating the parasympathetic nervous system as meditation and breath work, movement, and getting an adequate amount of sleep. We know that all of these things are medicinal in harmony, and if you remove one or two from the equation, it's like you're removing an essential building block for positive mental growth and stability. Heightened cortisol for extended periods is debilitating on the body, and too often too many of us are tolerating it for too long. I'm talking from my own personal experience here. I'm still somebody who really appreciates solitude, but I've noticed patterns in my adult life where too much solitude or too much time socially withdrawn has been mentally taxing and it's stunted me emotionally. So this year in particular, I've made much more of an effort to show up for people who matter to me most, and often I've had to get out of my own way to make it happen because it's so easy just to cancel on people. Often I'd rather just stay indoors and make music. That's how I've always felt most safe. It's like a safe haven for me, and I know it's the same for a lot of artistic people. So this brings me on to working with Julia ROMANA again, after 5 years of not working together. We'd spoken about writing music together and taking off from where we left off in 2020. And so that is exactly what we did. And within a couple of hours, we'd already started working on 3 new songs together. I've already said in previous videos that I don't own a home studio, and this remains true. We literally sat down on my sofa and put a mic, MIDI keyboard and laptop on my dining table. I've always realised that when you have less and you have limitations, it encourages you to think more imaginatively. So one of the things I noticed on that day was that the 3 songs that we were making, they were kind of leaning in more of an electronic direction, with more presence of varied synth lines, pads, 909 drum elements, all of that good stuff. It was really cool to see Julia bringing that energy forward with some preconceived ideas. It made me feel excited to see her starting that journey of production, and I was grateful to know that she felt comfortable enough to share those demos with me. I say this because I know it's quite easy to get lost in self-doubt or second-guess whether it's even worth showing an idea to somebody. Even for myself, I've been in that situation many times when I started out as a songwriter about 12 years ago. I was self-conscious and held on to my demos very tightly. With more time and experience, you learn to adapt, and you become less protective when you're sharing your ideas with somebody else. Think about it this way, it's one of 1,000 ideas that you're going to come up with in your lifetime. You learn to become more resourceful, more confident. It's always really nice for me to see what Julia is currently working on. It's my job to think about how I can transform those ideas and put my own creative twist on them with my production techniques. Usually in the past, me and Julia have made more experimental songs together. There were instances where I took direct inspiration from Bjork, Flying Lotus, William Orbit, in terms of the rhythmic components, the melody arrangement, and other obscure details that serve as glitter. Back in 2020, I produced 2 songs for Julia. One was called Sewing, and the other one was called Thursday. They were both structured in quite unorthodox ways. It felt as if these 2 songs were made within a flow state, without thinking too strategically about where the verse should be, how soon should the chorus come in, all of those very conventional songwriting methods. It wasn't deliberate, and for me both of these songs felt more like vignettes or moments in time once they were finished. So the song you're going to hear right now is called Taste. It really is quite unlike anything me and Julia have made before, and I'm really proud of it. I'm not lying when I say that we finished the song in about 48 hours, which is crazy because I've worked on songs that have gone on for like weeks, months, and this is genuinely the way that I want to work on music. I don't want to rush the process, but I also don't want to overthink it and think that the song needs more time to grow, to evolve. But me and Julia, we both decided to pick a day. It was a really hot day outside, but we stayed focused, we were disciplined and very diligent, and we got it done. It's the quickest I've ever worked on a song from start to finish. I think Julia's vocal lines in the song are so catchy. She's got a very recognisable voice, a voice that kind of draws you in. Julia's vocal lines are so good that even if you don't know the lyrics, you're still going to hum along to the melodies that she came up with, the harmonies, just everything. As a vocalist myself, I would just find it really difficult to come up with those sort of vocal lines. Instinctively, I have a tendency to overcomplicate these things, whereas sometimes just the simple, direct ideas are the ones that are going to stick in people's memory. Thank you to everybody who's been buying the song. It's so important that we keep promoting our Bandcamp links, places where you can buy music, support other artists. So hit the link in the description below where you can buy the song.